Welcome everyone to the 8th round of the Unlimited Racing 2D Championship. Today we're here in the Circuit of Americas, where Lewis Hamilton has a really good lead in the championship. Further down is, a little bit tight, especially between, Leclerc and Russell. 2 points between those two. And the battle for, between Williams and Haas, that's also really close. With upgrades though, it'll be interesting to see what people can do and how they can race. Anyways, to begin this qualifying lap, up the hill they go. Hard to see from up here. Max Verstappen though, so far, through the S's, has provisional pole, and that gap is actually fairly big. That's actually a fairly large gap. What a gap Verstappen has to Russell. Nearly half a second. I think it's safe to say Max Verstappen has pole position. Max Verstappen gets pole position by half a second over, actually. Slightly more than that. George Russell, P2, Lando Norris, I think he'll be happy with that P3. Leclerc P4, Hamilton P5, Alonso P6, that's impressive. Stroll P7, that's also impressive. Bottas P8, Tsunoda P9 and Ricciardo P10. Giovinazzi P11, this time beating his teammate Schumacher. Vips and Aitken are in the middle of the Williams sandwich. Gasly 15th, Latifi 16th, De Vries, not the best day from him, 17th. Ocon 18th, Zhou 19th, and Schwartzman, last but not least, 20th. My prediction for the win, I'm saying Russell. Anyways, it's a wet track, lights out and away we go, down into turn 1. Verstappen, he gives Russell room. It's going to be really close. But Verstappen retakes the lead. But now Russell's going to have the inside line going onto the straight. Russell has the lead to Verstappen. Leclerc wants a bit though. He's going to go down the inside. He makes the move down the inside. 3 abreast going into a really tight corner. But Russell keeps first place to Leclerc, to Verstappen, Norris, and then Hamilton at the back in 5th. The first lap has been completed. Russell leads. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Leclerc to Verstappen. But the thing is, it's actually stopped raining. The track's a little bit damp, but it stopped raining. Slightly further down. Ooh, Leclerc. No, he can't do it. Can Lewis Hamilton get past Lando Norris? He's going to try around the outside. No, Norris keeps him at bay. But now Hamilton's going to have the inside line, but not the straight line speed. However, up top, front 2 battling for the lead and potentially the win. But Charles Leclerc is going to get the elbows out and take P1. I think this lap, all of the drivers will be coming in for the dry tyres. And Hamilton's got past Lando Norris. We missed that. So McLaren now running 5th and 6th. I'd take that though. That's alright, It's pretty good. Leclerc though, at the moment, has the lead. Pits from first place, unsurprisingly. Everyone's going to be pitting this lap. If you don't pit, then... or you're mad. But this is when strategy, becomes a massive thing. Leclerc on the hard tyres. Verstappen and Russell both on the softs. Hamilton also on the softs, but both McLarens on hards. This is going to be an interesting race. Verstappen though down the inside of Leclerc, which now becomes the outside. Can he do it? And he manages to keep it, make it stick around the outside. But Leclerc's gonna want to get P1 back. No. Russell now all over him. P2 now for George Russell. P1 now for George Russell. Using all of the Ers to his disposal. Verstappen though, full Ers. I'd be scared if I was George Russell. I would definitely be scared. There's Verstappen just using his Ers wisely. He's going to try around the outside with help from the Ers. Manages to get P1 back. But it looks like that the Renault just manages to hold through the corners really well. As Hamilton P3, he's just making, overtakes, sneakily just getting past drivers. But a name, a name to shout out. P5, Lance Stroll. I was not expecting that from Lance. Doing a really good job there. Russell and Verstappen, though, unsurprisingly, are in. Leclerc stays out on the longer-lasting hard tyres. Russell's out, Verstappen's out, Hamilton's out. Ooh! The camera just cut away. Did Hamilton? Yeah, Hamilton just managed to stay ahead of Alonso, who's managed to get past Norris. Was that an on-track overtake or multi-21? Whatever it was, it's juicy. This is going to be a really, crucial battle. Not only for, the results right now, but also for Alonso's confidence. Rumours are he may be retiring this season, but it's only rumours. As both McLaren boys are now in. George Russell has the lead so far, although he has to make at least one more stop surely before the end of the race, as we're only just over halfway race distance. Verstappen second, Hamilton third. What can Leclerc do on those soft tyres? One lap younger. But now the field's beginning to spread out a little. This is going to be a really, intriguing battle though. Ricciardo versus Stroll. What can Lance Stroll do on Daniel Ricciardo? Also, both, McLarens in 7th and 8th. However, according to the AWS timings, Ricciardo's tyres, they are going off and he will be pitting, if not this lap, next lap. Anyways, the front runners are in. They're all in for their stops. Ricciardo comes in, but Norris, of course, stays out. But Stroll is going to have so much pressure from Lando Norris. But this really will give us a really good indication to see whether the AlphaTauri is better than the McLaren, or whether Lewis Hamilton's just doing a really good job in AlphaTauri, or maybe the McLaren's worse than the AlphaTauri and Norris is just doing a really good job. Anyways, we'll find out in a minute, because Norris is going to try going down the inside. Stroll, he closes the door, but he gives him room. As Norris comes into the pits for his last pit stop, I presume. But now it's Alonso who's all over Lando Norris. Alonso on slightly, newer tyres gets the move done on Lance. At this current moment in time, only one driver is on the soft tyres, and that driver is Guanyu Zhou. Lance Stroll has to come in now. He's lost so much time that drivers who he was battling with, such as Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris, have managed to catch up to him. Ooh, Norris makes the move on Daniel Ricciardo. That's for PB7. P6, sorry, that's for P6, but Ricciardo's coming back at him. And gets the position back. And he's back to the front. What George Russell is going to want, Nicholas Latifi to do is just to slow down, Max Verstappen. Latifi's doing a great job of that. Tyre-wise though, Russell and Verstappen both on similar age tyre life. Verstappen down the inside made it look really easy. But you must be a fool to think that Russell's just going to give up that easily. Russell's going to fight back down the inside and makes the move. Latifi wants to get involved, even though he's a back marker. Now, he gets onto the penultimate lap, George Russell. This is when, Renault, they begin, their tyres. Tyre life and grip begins just to fall off the cliff. Nicholas Latifi, though. I would really want to pay a rise if I was Latifi, because he's doing an amazing job on Max Verstappen. If these two keep on battling, don't count out Lewis Hamilton on the last lap. But can George Russell just navigate this track one more time in first place? His tyres are done. They're finished. He's got no more grip. Max Verstappen, though, he will have the same issue. However, George Russell is under immense pressure from Max Verstappen. Can he bring it home? Can he bring it home for the Renault team? He goes super wide. Verstappen, this is where he's being fastest all weekend. But he's going to try going around the outside on the last lap. They both go wide. Verstappen, though, being impacted slightly more. He's going to do the switcheroo into the inside. He goes down the inside. Verstappen has the lead. But for how long? Verstappen has the lead. He's managed to get the overtake on the penultimate corner. And Verstappen brings home the victory. Bow down to Max Verstappen. What a race that was. George Russell, it's happened again. It's happened again, my friend. The last lap. Just couldn't bring it home. Leclerc in the process managed to overtake Lewis Hamilton. That's important for the championship fight. Lando Norris in front of Alonso. Lance Stroll, P7, really good performance from him. Ricciardo, P8. Giovinazzi, P9, last driver to cross the line. And Yuki Tsunoda, P10. P11, Valtteri Bottas. And with Pierre Gasly, P12. Mick Schumacher, P13 with Esteban Ocon, P14. Nick De Vries, P15. Jack Aitken and Yuri Vips, Alfa Romeo, taking a slight step backwards. P16 and 17. Latifi, P18. Guan Yu Zhou, P19. And Robert Schwartzman, 40 seconds off, P20. Driver standings looks like this. Really, the gap obviously closing. Just by a little, though. Just by a little. 15 points is the gap between first and second. Max Verstappen, though, and George Russell, both 1 point behind Leclerc and Russell. That gap now between Hamilton and Russell lies 16 points only. It's race on still. This championship still wide open. At this rate, it looks like Lando Norris is going to cruise to a P5. Too far away for P4, but too far ahead of P6. Mick Schumacher, Antonio Giovinazzi battling for 7th and 8th, but don't count out Yuki Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Nick De Vries, even Gasly's then. Stroll after that performance, really anyone can get P7. Bottas, P14, with Esteban Ocon, P15 in the championship. Nicholas Latifi, what a job he did today. P16, Jack Aitken, P17, Robert Schwartzman, P18, Yuri Vips, P19, and Guan Yu Zhou, P20. Constructors wise, it looks like this. AlphaTauri really, really solid gap over Renault. However, we've seen how fast things can change, 44 points is the difference between first and second. That's, over a win. So I guess, AlphaTauri, constructors wise, is a bit more relaxed. The battle though for second, third, and fourth between Renault, McLaren, and Ferrari. One day McLaren look like they're, second place worthy. The next, fourth place. Renault, George Russell's just doing an amazing job at Renault. Ferrari P4, Racing Point P5. I think they'll finish P5. Although Verstappen, he is really making some inroads. P6 in the Constructors, Red Bull Racing, 3 points ahead of Williams. Right now, it looks like the battle's between Red Bull and Williams instead of Haas and Williams. Haas P8, Mercedes P9, and Alfa Romeo lonely P10. Anyways, thank you for joining me here for the 8th round, of the championship. Next time, we'll be at Belgium. Can't wait to see you there. Goodbye.